Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted a makeup specific video in a little while, so I thought this was just a perfect video to get back into the groove of things. It's finally summer here, kind of. It is overcast today, but I wanted to test out some new products that I received to see if they really held up against the hot sun, some water, and all of that fun stuff. So hopefully this video is helpful for you if you have oily skin, if you're out on a summer's day, going to a beach party, a pool party, any of that fun stuff, and you want your makeup to look perfect the whole time. Then just keep on watching. I'm gonna start off with lip balm. This is Shiseido UV Lip Color Splash in SPF 30. If you're someone who only wears lip balm in the summer and your lips normally crack or burn, this is a great little product to have in your bag. So, sun has finally hit here in Northern Ireland, although funny enough, it is such a cloudy day when I'm filming this. But we had 3 consecutive days of like 27 degrees, super hot. And I was actually gifted some of these the week prior. It's the Shiseido UV Protection Foundation. So it's super water resistant and it has SPF 30 in it. So I was like, this is perfect time to try it out for you guys and see if it actually is water resistant and protects my skin from the sun. As you can see, after a week of really warm sun and we were out every single day, do you see a burn? It did its job. So I'm very impressed. And to be honest, Shiseido is not normally a brand I would gravitate to. So really impressed with this. If you watch my vlogs, you'll see me raving about it every day because my skin, I'm just gonna show you because I'm talking too much. Now it does come with this little sponge. I haven't tried it with anything else because I actually didn't mind the application with this sponge. So I'm just gonna do that, but I'm sure it would work great with a beauty blender. It just might soak up some of the product. It actually has really decent coverage too. I thought it was gonna be more of like a tint, but the coverage on this bad boy is good. Like, I have some scarring on my cheek from when I broke out really bad, and thankfully retinol has come to the rescue. Another reason why I need to protect my skin, because when you introduce retinol to your skincare, you need to make sure your skin is protected from the sun. So that's why this product was so attractive to me. But look at that, that's like not even the full amount. I still have half left. And it's really lovely coverage. Really lightweight on the skin, so you don't feel like you're wearing foundation, which is a bonus, especially when you're in the sun all day. You don't want to feel like cakey. Just a bit more for some areas that need the slightest bit more coverage. It builds up really nice because it is such a thin consistency. It's not going to look cakey in those areas that need a little bit extra coverage. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on just to brighten under my eyes, but we're gonna use a powder that has SPF to set everything in place. This is just to brighten because that foundation's a little bit dark for me because I didn't get any sun. I'm just gonna kind of even it out with a lighter concealer. This is Vanilla from NARS. Now for some powder. This is honestly so perfect for me and my skin type because I am oilier. It's kind of like a powder foundation, but it's not super cakey at all. Plus it has the SPF, so it's still from that Shiseido range, the UV protection one. It's a compact foundation and I have it in medium ochre in SPF 30 as well too. It does come with a sponge. That's probably if you want to use it as the only thing you're wearing on your face, like not the liquid foundation first. This would be great if you're on the go and you don't want to wear makeup, you just want a little bit of powder. If you're oilier, ideal. I'm not going to use the sponge that it comes with, I'm just going to use a little brush and kind of buff it in everywhere on my face except for right under my eyes, just because it's a little bit too dark. So it gives the slightest bit of extra coverage, but also extra UV coverage, which is just unreal. And this makeup seriously stays on all day because it's water resistant. So you can be by the beach, you can be in the sun, it doesn't melt. Like, my skin looked so good. You could definitely get a little bit of like a glow because of, you know, natural oils mixing with it, but I was so impressed with the consistency on my face. Does that make sense? Like, you know how after a long day in the sun, if you're wearing a normal foundation, it can just look blotchy and melted in some areas. This one was phenomenal on my skin, so very impressed. For under my eyes, just because I want to keep it bright, I'm going to take a lighter powder. This is the Elanna Pecherle. I'm just going to swipe that under my eyes. so that it just stays nice and bright. Now that our base is done, our face is gonna be protected from the sun. I'm just gonna go on to like the rest of my makeup to what I would wear on a sunnier day, or just some things that are water resistant. Obviously bronzer isn't. This is the Becca in Panama Sun Bronzer. I love it just because it adds a little bit of sheen to the color of your face. Definitely has dark colors, so I need to blend it in, but it's not a matte bronzer. And I think that's just so pretty in the summer. There's just a tiny bit of sheen to the color. I haven't used Warm Soul from MAC blush in forever, and it's one of my favorite summertime blushes. So gorgeous. It kind of just adds to that sun-kissed look, right on the apples of my cheek, over my nose and my temples, basically everywhere. For brows, I'm just gonna fill them in like I normally would. It's the Topshop Modify pencil. And then on top of it, I'm gonna use the Ico Brow Gel, the Style and Define. It's a tinted one. I don't know if there's different colors, but just kind of locks it in place. I find that this works for me. It's not necessarily waterproof, but it didn't budge at all when I was in the sun, and my brows stayed on all day long. Now, not everyone likes to wear eyeshadow on a summer's day. It's just not really practical, so I like to do a cream stick shadow. Is that what it's called? This is Earthen. An interesting name, from Sigma, and I'm honestly just gonna put it right at my lash line because I'm not gonna wear liner either, because I end up like wiping my face when you're, you know, getting a little bit hot, sweaty, all that fun stuff. I'm just gonna swipe it across my lash line so it brings a little bit of depth to it, especially if you're someone who likes to wear liner on an everyday basis but doesn't want to wear it in the sun. And this consistency just, it kind of just stays on. Again, I don't think it's marketed as waterproof, water resistant, anything like that. But because of the formula, I find it just sticks to my eye lids all day. Also gonna add a little bit underneath as well for some definition. I have a little formula that I use for my lashes whenever I want them to stay all day but not be so waterproof that I can't take them on at nighttime. So it comes down to 3 different products. I use a primer just to make sure I have, you know, a good base on my lashes, and this just makes them look a lot longer than they actually are. This is the YSL The Curler Primer. And then I put on the NYX Worth the Hype one. This is just good to like bulk up my lashes, because sometimes I find waterproof mascaras are so thin in the consistency that they give you like a little coating, but they don't do a lot for like fullness, volume, and length. So I like to use a mascara that gives me all of those things. And then to like lock it all in place and to make sure it doesn't budge, transfer, come down your face if you go in the pool, you put a waterproof one on. And this is the Better Than Sex Waterproof Edition from Too Faced. It's just really the best of all 3 things. To finish off with lips, you want to use something that obviously lasts all day and just doesn't really budge quickly. You can do a liquid lipstick, but sometimes it's just a bit heavy, and I find because of the sun it dries it out, which kind of cracks it a little bit. So for liner, I'm going to use the Illamasqua the Flush Tone Lip Pencil, and it's in medium. And then for my lipstick, I'm going to use the Lancome Matte Shaker in Sea, Sand, and Sun. And that is my summer makeup that is water resistant, lasts really well on oily skin, because you guys know I have really oily skin, and I love how all of the products mix together and just create such a beautiful glow. You probably noticed I didn't put highlighter on, because once all of these like hit the sun and blend together, I'm getting really handsy here, it just creates the most natural, gorgeous glow on its own, and I feel like I don't need anything. Plus Warm Soul has like the tiniest bit of sheen to it, so you can already tell like it's coming through, and I don't even need a highlighter. But I just love this. It's just easy to do. It's just your best self but elevated, and everything stays on really well because I have been wearing this for the past week in hot sun, and I've impressed myself with just, you know, my face hardly needs a touch up at the end of the day if I'm going out for dinner or anything. So hopefully that was helpful for you. I'll link everything down below. Like always, I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know in the comments down below some summer videos that you want me to film. That would be super helpful. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.